Welcome to
Stays Crunchy and Milk.
If you have questions or comments, we have multiple ways to be reached. Twitter is, of course, the best way for those who need instant gratification. And the show's Twitter feed is @SkimPod. SKIMPOD.
Stays Crunchy.
If you want to hear yourself on the show, why not leave us a voicemail? 216-302-8763. That's 216-302-8POD.
Stays Crunchy.
For the more patient amongst you, the email address for the show is podcast@stayscrunchyandmilk.com. Crunchy again being spelled with a K. We're available via Apple Podcasts, Stitcher Radio, TuneIn Radio, Google Play, Spotify, and of course at the website stayscrunchyandmilk.com. Please rate, review, subscribe, and share the show wherever you can.
Stays Crunchy.
And if the pockets is feeling extra chunky, you can put in on this and support our Patreon. It's available at patreon.com/stayscrunchyandmilk. And if you donate at the $5 or higher level, you get an entire extra show each month with even more content coming soon.
Stays Crunchy.
Our personal Twitters are Tatum216, Lunchbox2099, The Real ODP, and I'm your host, the Internet's Tayrail713.
Remember what we've talked about, what we haven't talked about?
It has been some weeks, so
Since you looked at me.
don't worry about it. The Beat Terminal. Exquisite young coolie high production, caught up in the hollow head suction, 10 pogo sticks, 2 black belts that break bricks, Diet Coke meetings with the rich. I'm faithfully married to rap. We've been engaged for 12 years. Tyson bit Holyfield's ear. We love the sport. You have to ask yourself, why Ghostface always saying one thing but then saying the opposite there afterwards? I can't call it. He said on the free
What's the conflict there?
He said I'm faithfully married to rap. We've been engaged for 12 years. Which one is it, Ghost? You married or you engaged? And then another one.
He was engaged for 12 years before the marriage.
He didn't say that. He said I'm faithfully married to rap. We've been engaged for 12 years. Thanks, man.
Oh, so he didn't use it in the past tense.
No, he did not.
You were grammar police and Ghost.
Then we go back to the Freak of Me remix on with him and Ray and Ghost on the remix, and he says, "You freak me, buck naked and a long meat." Can you buck naked and in a long meat? Now, can you, Ghostface Killer?
With the exception of a long mink, he doesn't have the. There's gotta add some words in there.
This kind of stuff would never happen in country music.
I don't know.
Freak me buck naked with a pair of boots on.
Stays Crunchy Milk, we in the building.
Hey, where's credit for my great accent?
I don't know if that was great. It was pretty good.
It was harmonic.
Full House, Tatum216, Lunchbox2099, and The Real ODP. And
You guys remember me?
Your host, the Internet Tayrail713.
Funny enough.
The last episode they heard before this, you was definitely on, because that's the last one we recorded.
Funny enough, my buddy hit me up yesterday, and he's like, "Oh, is Gabe going to be on the next episode?" And I'm like, "I do not know." Because I don't know where the fuck we are in the recordings anymore.
You got fans, man.
Oh, good.
You're like the old dirty bastard. What was your name again?
The old dirty pendejo.
There you go. I'm like, yeah. Because you're on some songs, we don't know if you was locked up during the time of recording, so it works out.
I don't use safe sex a lot.
We are as always.
I mean, I don't think that's every Wu member. Everyone got a bunch of kids, right?
Yeah, that's why I was bothered by them doing America's Dying So Slowly, because don't you guys talk about going raw a lot? I mean, every other.
Goddamn right, we fuck fans. So,
raw.
The raw part they didn't add, but it
was implied.
It could be implied. No, we inferred it. They didn't necessarily imply.
It's been a lot of ass eating and going raw, going around in the internet world.
But
is there a mouth guard for that?
I feel like it's like a game of chicken though. Everyone's saying it, but no one's doing it.
Yeah, I think the stats came out today. Well, I was listening to NPR, so they were saying how less people are having kids and less teenagers are having kids. Yeah. Okay. And at this point, the population won't be able to uphold Social Security because we don't have they're not populated enough. Because
they try to flip the other way back in the day and say there's only too many baby boomers for us to have Social Security. Now they're trying to say ain't enough people having babies to make Social Security work. It's quit fucking talking that bullshit. Social Security is a self-sustaining system. It works because it works.
Well,
wasn't it designed with the anticipation that a lot of I guess we'll call them boomers now, aren't going to outlive a certain age, and they all a lot of them are, so they're eating into the resources. But it makes sense what he's saying though, is that there's not as many of us entering the workforce early on to keep the money flowing.
Yes.
Social Security was a system that I really do give it up to those who came around. It literally is self-sustaining. And when people argue to the contrary of that, it's usually those who are arguing to the contrary are people who want to get rid of it, or they want to privatize it in some way because they like, you can pick your own stocks and make more money. It's like, bruh, I need a baseline will be just fine, because a lot of people's baselines in Social Security ain't as terrible as you think it is.
All right, well, I'm not arguing that it's not self-sustaining, but how is it self-sustaining? I don't know.
Okay, so take the baby boomers. We start with them. More of them than the rest of us all, like put together, because motherfuckers was fucking after the war, and they was going raw for show. They feed into the Social Security
Maybe they
system.
didn't have the resources to make condoms. They were still recovering from the war needs.
Well, I think that goes back to, it wasn't like the diseases weren't as bad back then. It was like, we can fuck raw.
Oh, look, basically the only thing they didn't have was AIDS, so they had everything else going.
They had everything else at that time, but
if you had it, you were a witch, and they just got rid of you.
Going raw was the bee's knees. I don't even know bee's knees is an old expression. I just like it the way it sounds.
I guess.
I thought I read somewhere that it is the way their legs are or whatever, but I think their knees are backwards, so I don't know.
But at the same time, it's just like
going in the ass is the right if it's the bee's knees.
Ass to ass.
Buck naked with a sailor hat on.
With a sailor hat on.
Okay, so self-sustaining.
Oh, sorry.
So there's.
I was actually curious. That's one reason I'm not allowed to die.
I'm curious too. I just wanted
Boomers,
to
a
get
large
the
amount of
jokes
boomers. Boomers been paying Social Security this whole time. They have kids, and most of them did have at least 2.5 kids. So their money's still floating out there, and they made a lot more of it. So when you hear boomers talking shit about like I did this, that, and the third. Well, you lived in a better time and had more money, and the inflation was
and
better.
Everything was cheaper.
Inflation was better for you than it is to us, but because they are living longer, they're also working longer, so they're paying into it longer. All of them, a lot of them just died on the job. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's fucked up, but it is what it is. That's what it's gonna be, and that's what keeps that little section all of a sudden paid off. Now I'll say it, me, Gen X. I'm working. I have been working since I've been able to work mostly, and most of us in my particular location have been doing that. Millennials are coming around to it, but also millennials are just now getting to a point where they got to start saving for retirement and so forth and so on. So the process does work. We each feed our own. We each basically, the work I do now pays for my Social Security down the line. The work the boomers did pays for their Social Security down the line. It just keeps. It is. They are boomers. That's literally their title. They were the boomers. They were born in the birthing boom after World War II. I can't help it. That's what their title is.
I just think it was funny. People were trying to equate that to being the N word for old people.
Old people was trying to do that.
Yeah.
I said people.
But at the same time, anytime
they're not people to you.
If you could just say the word
boomerists
and not say the B word, which we know the B word is something else. Like people always want to try to throw that in there where they feel offended. Like it's our N word. No, it's never your N word because you can always say the word.
I'm gonna say there's only one N word.
Kind of sort of right there.
It's the Highlander.
Nestle?
It's the Highlander of slurs.
The Highlander.
There can only be one, and he will cut a motherfucker's head off. Don't play them. So as long as you don't,
you might get hit with a football helmet.
As long as they don't futz with it, that's the problem. We get people in here, politicians over who wants to futz with it. It sustains because basically you are paying for your own goddamn Social Security. Your work pays for yourself, and every paycheck you get got a big old FICO coming out of that motherfucker every time, right? Right. It's a big chunk of your check every couple weeks. And so that's how it feeds. That's how it feeds itself, and it's self-sustaining. It was meant to be that way, but you get politicians coming in here. They want to buckle with it. They want to wrinkle with it. They think they can. Don't you want to invest? Because they think if you invest in it, then therefore you will invest in some company, and that company has more money, but that company goes shit real quick. My current stock valuation is like a good like $25 somewhere it was. I'm saying earlier this year, but that shit could take a turn any day now.
Oh yeah. I'm waiting for that bubble to burst.
Because it's been going up too fast. I mean, saying that's also another thing. It's like, anyway, that's not what you come here. You come here for jokes, but there you go.
We threw some jokes in there.
Go look it up. You'll see. Don't ever fall for the trash. We got to do this.
So wait, are you telling me that I should stop telling the boomers that they need to die because they're siphoning my Social Security?
You want the motherfuckers to work as long as possible. Because the longer they work, the more it's padded.
Let them keep on asking for your badge at the door and keep greeting you at Walmart.
Yeah, they pad their interest, and then all of a sudden, like I said, that man is definitely past retirement age.
Yeah, I was talking to Dan earlier, and I was like, man, that looked like the granddad from the Huxtables. Looked like Panther was protecting us.
One of the ladies in the office today called him a Nazi, and I was like, whoa. Called him the badge Nazi. And I was like,
We ain't throwing. Once you go there,
man.
Once you go there, you've gone too far. You know what I'm saying?
I don't like. It's funny.
I might have thought it, but I didn't say it.
I would never even think that. Like, I swear, man. Like, people at work, you just find out their true color. I don't want to know. I don't want to know who just said that.
Yeah, and like, man, so your faux bro, he was in his office the other day, and one of the people from the other departments came over to ask him a question, and when they approached his office, they went, hey, Mr. Miyagi.
Oh my God.
And I went, what the fuck? I turned around to the lady behind me. I was like, that was some racist ass shit, right? She goes, what happened? I told her. She goes, oh yeah, that was definitely racist.
You called him Mr. Miyagi.
Was it a white person who said it?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay.
This is what it was.
It gotta hurt to be that much of a day walker for you, huh? Sometimes.
You know,
He's Korean.
Oh, so he's not even Japanese.
No, I mean the actual character. I'm talking about the employee.
hey, you know.
No. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. Yeah, so you can't call. Man, that's
It's
fucked
racist
up.
and also wrong.
Yeah.
It's loud and wrong.
Even if he was Japanese, that'd be fucked up.
But like
Wait.
I was saying, don't it feel like terrible sometimes just to be like, why? Like why do you like? Do you feel like why am I hearing this? Why do I gotta be the only one to realize this is fucked up around here?
Time out. Is Mr. Miyagi Japanese? Because I got fooled by Short Circuit. I'm not going to be fooled again.
That Marita was Japanese.
Okay.
I don't know what he was, but still.
It's one of those things where,
I got
like,
fooled by Short Circuit.
I'll be honest, you guys have probably opened my eyes to some of these things that I wouldn't have picked up on had I not been friends with you.
Yeah.
Because that's one of the things that, like, probably would have went over my head. Like, I would have just been like, oh yeah, he's also some sort of Asian. He. But then, like, now when I hear it, I'm like, oh no, yeah, dog, you can't be doing that.
Yeah.
That's why diversity matters.
Yeah,
Makes
that's
you more empathy, I think.
Like, she should have walked up in the queue and be like, hey, Hasselhoff. Because then, you know,
Because
because he's handsome, not because he's not white.
See,
he does drink hamburgers, junk on the floor. I mean, eat hamburgers.
I was gonna say drug eating burgers.
you know, I mean, like I said that story about the sheep named Remus that like.
I almost got you.
Yeah, like I wouldn't have gasped out loud if I didn't, like, you know, educate myself more.
Yeah.
Lately has been the rebirth of the Colin Kaepernick stuff. I've been having to fight the fight on that in the group chat I'm in, and I'm just like, what the fuck? Everyone, they're all like, well, not all of them, but a lot of the positions, like, if he wants in the NFL so bad, then why didn't he just go to the workout and work out and do what he needed to do? Why did he have to make a spectacle of it? And why did he have to do this and that and the other? And I'm like, so you're all just saying that he should just sign his rights away all willy-nilly for a May chance? And, like, you're all cool with that because you don't want him out there, like, being a person and having some beliefs and, like, actually trying to make sure that his situation is not fucked up. Y'all just think, oh, he should just bend the knee.
Yeah, I kind of feel like,
They don't want him to bend the knee, actually.
yeah. But
Yeah, well.
either way, it's like, I don't know.
I just, like, I'm like, so, like, and this is what I opened my phone to this morning. And, like, I knew I didn't have to rush here today. I knew traffic was going to be like, I'm like, I got a few minutes.
I got the time.
Yeah, so I typed out, like, 4 big-ass paragraphs on why everyone that was talking before me was fucking wrong. And then, like, I felt like there was some blowback while I was driving here. But a lot of it kind of came to a screeching halt, like, oh, shit, like, maybe we wrong.
Maybe we were.
Yeah, because, like, I told him, I'm like, the waiver that they wanted to force him to sign without, like, giving him time to have his actual legal team review it had clauses in there that made it so that, like, he couldn't sue the NFL again. Because as of right now, he sued and won. He could sue them and win again.
Yeah.
Yes, but if he signed that waiver, he wouldn't be able to do that. But that's why I felt like the NFL was kind of being disingenuous with the whole thing, and why it's stupid for them to say that he should have just did whatever he wanted to do if he wanted in the league so bad. Like, it should be fair across the board. He shouldn't have to play under special conditions.
Yeah. I hope he sue him again. And, like, be like that Meek Mill meme and be running with the bag.
But yeah, just hit them every time. I mean, and like this point, it's so obvious that they collude. Like they just colluding in public eye right now. At this point, they ain't even pretending like, oh, we're not colluding. We're like,
well, and then like there's like the cover up campaign where now they got the NFL's got the ESPN writers out there like, oh well, no, see, we did this because, and this is all like hearsay, where it's like, well, we had heard that 2 teams wanted to work them out, but we didn't want those teams to feel like they were out on an island, so we thought it'd be a good idea if we staged this giant workout for everybody so we could all share the brunt of the blowback together. And I'm like, come on now. And then the other people in China are like, well, why do you have to wear that shirt? He's making it a spectacle about himself. I'm like, maybe he's just advertising Nike's new like inclusive anti-oppression line.
Yeah. Also, he got shoes coming out next month. So from when we record this. So relax, people.
Also, he's that dude. You know he's that.
Yeah, that's literally what he does.
He's like, look, I'm not gonna, I'm gonna play on my terms.
Yeah, and not to the contrary. So
yeah, like they're like he should probably be in the league. I'm like, he probably should be. I'm like, I know he's better than a lot of the whack ass backup QBs in the league. Like maybe he's not like a top tier starter, but you're trying to tell me that dude ain't better than Mason Rudolph?
Yeah.
And that has nothing even to do with the Myles Garrett helmet thing. Like I watched Mason Rudolph play football. That dude is trash. Colin Kaepernick,
he got set down against the Bengals.
As bad as he may be, he took the 49ers to the fucking Super Bowl.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah. So
almost came back in that one.
You get set down against
after a blackout.
You get set down
blackout.
You get set down against the 0-10 Bengals. You're not a good quarterback.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So it really comes down to like they're like he's not worth the media blowback you get and all the bullshit you got to deal with that comes with it. And I'm like, that may be true. I'm like, but you can't tell me from a talent standpoint that he doesn't deserve to be in the league. And
there's no media blowback with domestic abusers on your team.
I said it's that, and then it's
whoop your kids and you can rape a woman.
I'm like, the NFL is only about social justice when they can profit from it. It's when they control the narrative. Or like they have a content, like they fucking do the national anthem and shit before games, and they run those like thank you vets commercials because they get paid to do that shit.
Yeah, not because they actually care about the vets. No, I was about to say not to say that they don't. Well, I'll let you make your own determination though.
Yeah.
They do got green, like green jerseys.
Like I'm sure that there are players that do like honor the vets and respect their service and all that, like due to like having family or just the service of it for our country. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying the NFL as an entity didn't go out of its way to be like, oh hey, we should honor the vets. That'd be a good idea. No, the Army pays them money to do that before games, so like they're obligated from a contract standpoint.
So at the same time, like vets, for cheese Doritos and Pepsi all are like in the same care and they care about it just as much.
Like I'm sure there'll be some sort of commercial later where like it'll be TJ Watt just eating some bag of Doritos and be like, "Thank you, Doritos, for being so delicious."
I mean, if it wasn't for bad optics, if Dorito can pay enough money, they'd raise a flag with Doritos on it.
Yeah.
They would literally have they would sing the Doritos anthem if they paid them the right way. They would. So
yeah, if the optics weren't terrible.
Yeah, I mean, I was listening to a podcast yesterday and it had like a NASCAR driver on it, and they're like, "Oh, what's your favorite candy?" He's like, "M&M's," and they're like, "Is it because they pay you?" He goes, "Yes, it is."
I respect the honesty.
Yeah.
What if you guys could have like a brand or something? What would be the one like you would be like, "Fuck yeah!" Like I'll get it just tattooed on me and eat it every day or drink it every day.
Well, is there a price that comes with this? Can I pay? What do I get paid?
Whatever. I don't know. Like you get a lifetime supply, whatever it is.
Queso cheese.
Queso cheese.
I use that shit all the time, whether I should or shouldn't. It's like it's almost like my garnishment of choice.
Queso is pretty good.
That's I meant garnish of choice.
Yeah.
I'm still thinking about Social Security.
Like
I really like Reese's Pieces.
I like Reese's Pieces. Like if it was like
really.
Yes.
Come on.
They're delicious.
What more is it?
What about pieces? What
you don't trust the.
What pulls you toward pieces?
Well, the thing about Reese's Pieces, because I'll enjoy those the most out of the peanut butter candies as well, is the shell has like this like solidness to it, but as soon as it breaks, it's almost like an egg where the creamy peanut butter just spills out of it. It's got this weird like
I do like the
capsule like
consistency.
consistency of it.
Yeah, you know, I had some M&Ms with the peanut butter in the middle yesterday, and I was eating them. While I was enjoying them, I was also saying, not the same.
I don't think.
I bake with them.
Of course, they're not the
They
same.
do real well in baked goods.
Yeah, I don't think any of the M&Ms, like all these like variations of flavors, less like the OG and the peanut. Yes, but like as far as like all the toffee nut and all these other flavors, they never work. They never work well. They're too small.
The only other one I like is peanut butter M&Ms. Of all the
Peanut butter M&Ms. Okay, I'll say it like this: peanut butter M&Ms are very good, but at the same time, like they're almost like a thing where it's like I'm not gonna put these and Reese's Pieces in the same category. They're just two separate entities, of course, that both taste good, and they might have similar ingredients, but it's kind of like it's still not the same thing. Like a calzone and a hot pocket, they're supposed. I guess that's too far. Okay, a stromboli and a calzone.
Okay.
Like they're both basically the same thing. Like the stromboli might got those little rips in it and stuff, but it's just a calzone. M&M is a calzone. Peanut, like it's really good. I'll fuck with a calzone. But stromboli is just something about it. It's not the same thing, but it's the same thing.
So I guess what Ant is saying is that Reese's Pieces has done as much to help us enjoy our life as the troops have.
I don't know.
No, can I say something? I'm making a joke, but can I say something controversial?
I mean, if you want to put a disclaimer at the beginning of the show,
It won't be controversial amongst you guys.
Before you walk into that walk, let me go ahead and lay this shit so that be just laid bare. The last war that we fought as a nation for this nation was World War II. Every war after this has been on some fuck shit. Korea was because we have an anti-communism bent in this country. It is called the Marshall Doctrine. It still exists, and we said communism can only go X amount of distance away from where it's at before we got to get involved. That wasn't our war. Vietnam, same thing. It was communism. French kind of situation too. Not our war.
I have to say, if you have Netflix, please watch that Burns documentary on Vietnam.
Yeah.
Man, we fucked up.
Bruh, it's like I said, what was it, Guam? Where also we or whatever? I don't know. One of them island nations down the way. Again, nothing to do with us. Don't even know why we in that battle. The Persian Gulf War, Iraq invaded Kuwait. That is jacked up. It had nothing to do with us.
Except our oil prices.
Us fighting against Afghanistan. What's his name? Whose name I forget, because that's how long his ass been dead. Bin Laden is from Saudi Arabia. We wouldn't popping shots at Saudi Arabia. We wouldn't try to go blow up Afghanistan. And again, not one had to do with the other. None of these wars have been us fighting for this country. No, they have not done anything.
We really let 2 Texas oil men get us into wars in the Middle East, and we're like, okay.
For oil. I am grateful for people who are under the mindset or under the thinking that I am doing this to serve my country. But the reality of it is you ain't fought for this country since World War II, and most of those people are gone.
Okay. So can I say something less controversial?
Sure.
Never mind.
If you can prove me wrong, bro, prove me wrong. But I'm telling you right now,
I have no response. Not because I disagree with you. I was just gonna say, like, I guess, like, why is military service the only service we seem to respect as a country?
Yeah.
Like teachers. Well, we give a lot of lip service to teachers.
We talk all that smack, but I just read the other day how
I don't see nobody out here wearing bell bottoms for the Navy. I'm tired of that shit.
We don't get days off for teachers. We get a summer off.
Teachers should be teachers if paid at the rate of inflation should be making almost $70,000 a year right now, and the average teacher pulls down like 35, 40. It is. We don't respect them. You are correct about that. It's horseshit.
Let me say something.
This is not what we're supposed to do. This is supposed to be a funny show. We came in here getting real.
Well, I'm going to say something that might make you guys laugh, but nobody in the audience is going to get it.
Popeye's workers need respect too. Is that what you're about to say?
I wasn't going to say that, but they do.
Okay.
Well, they need to work in their customer service.
You're the one who told me the one down the house by you was sweet to you, man.
They're sweet. They also take a long ass time.
Man, Tuesday. See, even before the chicken sandwich, you ever go to a
Popeyes on a Tuesday?
Yeah, don't go to Popeyes on a Tuesday.
Awful. But how else am I going to get a 2-piece?
I don't know. It's like going to the zoo on Monday. It's free, but it ain't worth it.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to say something. Why do we shit on lawyers?
We've been taught, and I hear you, because we've been taught this whole time that what they're doing is, and they literally push that dialogue that lawyers is out to do good for themselves and no one else. But the reality of it is that woman did have a cup of coffee that was so very hot that it burst the bottom of her cup and burnt her genitalia.
Depending on who you ask.
My clean hood.
It's like, it wasn't that there's a joke, oh, this woman can't take care of herself and her cup of coffee. No, it was literally so goddamn nuclear hot that it melted a hole in the bottom of the cup and splashed on her. Yeah, guess what? She should be able to sue.
Depending on who you ask, Thurgood Marshall fought for more freedoms than a troop has ever fought for.
I can agree with that.
It's bruh, you ain't wrong. Again, not sure how we got all so serious
But
today.
at the same time, I don't fuck with Clarence Thomas, so
There's good troops and bad troops too.
that's true.
I just don't generally fuck with, rapists. Sexual
harassers.
harassers. I don't know. I don't believe that.
Another thing that Pepsi has something to do with. God damn it, Pepsi's the ones that.
I thought it was Coke.
I thought it was Pepsi.
I thought it was a can of Coke. I'm almost positive he said a pubic hair on a can of Coke. I'm almost positive.
Down south where I'm from, we all call it Coke.
So
Also, how's that a pickup line?
I don't know. Who's gonna get turned on by that?
There's a pubic hair on my Coke. Oh, really?
He is married.
Let's go to dinner.
Maybe it worked.
Talk about it some more.
Maybe it worked for her.
Yeah, it's funny. Like, it's this pretty much insanely hot woman at work, and I know not to talk to her. I just know. I don't say nothing to her. I try not to look her way. I don't want no trouble.
The unspoken thing was, like, if he would have said a can of Tahitian treat, he would have hooked up.
Yeah, I'll ask her. I guess I ain't got no pubes because I'm shaved bald because this Tahitian treat ain't got no hair on it. Can I say that?
Good God. Oh, Clarence Thomas. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So Gabe over here coming through with the damn random thoughts that's like opening minds and shit up over here.
And that's why you can't fuck with Joe Biden because of what he did to Anita Hill. Let's just go all political this episode.
I'll fuck with anybody who's not Donald Trump.
That's true.
The primaries to me are like the everyone uses the basketball analogy. Let me go with the football analogy. The NFC in the 90s. Whoever's winning the NFC is going to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah. I don't know.
That's not to say they're going to win. Okay, I'm really brought the mood down.
It's okay. Like, have you guys been listening to like any of the impeachment hearings?
Not really.
No,
because I don't know if it's going to go anywhere.
Yeah.
You don't think it's going to go anywhere?
Try to focus on living my best life and not worrying about that crap that I have.
Don't
no
go back
power
and forth with them niggas, Dan.
I stay read up on it.
I haven't read anything about it. I listened to it a couple of times in the car.
Yeah.
And it's kind of fascinating to listen to. It's like it's either extreme right or extreme left, and it's just like I just want them to hurry up and make a decision, because I just want to hear about how to make my best dressing in the oven.
I mean, by the time the shit matters, he'll be gone and out of there anyway.
No,
we're hoping.
One would hope, but if it goes down, what I truly think is happening right now is they're trying to set as strong a case as possible against as many people who are tight to him as possible.
Yeah, because Rudy Giuliani just caught a case.
Because once you
the other day,
if you put the screws
blood
to
balance sucks.
if you put the screws to all these people, and the closer you get to him, the more likely they're gonna be like, I'm gonna turn on this motherfucker. Fuck it, I ain't going to jail.
I might hate Giuliani more than Trump.
I do hate Giuliani more than Trump. Trump is a moron. Stacked. I'm gonna say that shit out loud. Don't give a damn. But Rudy Giuliani was a terrible human being.
Yes.
And consistently was out there trying to do dirt against all the black people and all the people of color in New York consistently. So fuck that dude. And so
he wasn't my mayor of America.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's like the reason people love Giuliani is because he just happened to be mayor when shit went wild. That don't mean you did anything. In fact, you did nothing.
Anybody who can, when I got of age to go to a peep show and that motherfucker destroyed peep shows, ain't a fan of that.
He's about as much as America's mayor to me as the Cowboys are America's team to me.
Yeah.
Don't want to ask my opinion.
And I know no Americans.
I think it's just the people of New York inflating their own value.
I know two Americans
exactly.
who love the Cowboys. One is my cousin. He lives in Texas. I kind of understand it. The other is my homegirl, Nick Jew. And then she only be sometimes on the Cowboys because she herself be like,
is her favorite color silver?
I don't know.
They do have nice colors. I'll say that.
I don't know where her love of Cowboys came from, but I think it may have been her pop because her pop used to live down that way. So
I was thinking
it might just be parent.
Maybe we should make a campaign for Nick Jew to start loving the Detroit Lions. I feel like don't the Detroit Lions play
similar
every
colors?
year? Similar colors. Don't they play every year for Thanksgiving too?
Yeah.
So we need to all get together and make a campaign for Nick Jew to love the Detroit Lions instead.
Why does it both two NFC teams get a Thanksgiving game? Now, I know they have since added a wild card NFC
it's just Thursday
third Thanksgiving
football
game, but how come them two got the Thanksgiving games? Why can't we get an AFC team and an NFC team who are always there?
And not to mention, I feel like it's unfair. The Dallas Cowboys, the Detroit Lions. Shouldn't it be the Bears and the Lions?
Well, the Bears are playing the Lions this year.
Oh, well, finally we get some animal answers. And I forgot what movie I was watching. It was I vote for who, or I bet on whoever the animal will probably win in the fight.
That was a joke on what's happening back in the day. So it was his rerun. It was Raj and the other dude, the one in the middle, the one the fro. I can't remember his name. That's how he was betting with Raj's brother-in-law or whatever, or his mama's boy dating whatever, and how he picked who was gonna win
every game.
Yeah, was I think he was either the animal or he liked the uniforms, the colors of the uniform, and he picked the Buccaneers to win, and this was the Buccaneers were terrible, and everybody knew the Buccaneers were terrible, and that man lost a ton of money on that bet, and it's so funny.
I would bet on the Browns against a lot of teams because then I can imagine a bunch of zombie Paul Browns rising up and eating a lion or a Bengal.
A Bengal? Yeah. I can see that. I kind of feel I don't know. I feel like every team should just have an animal instead of having a person, a cowboy or a redskin or anything
I try not to even say that.
We named all three of our teams. We made this joke before, but we named all three of our teams.
Because they couldn't see my air quotes.
Yo, air quotes.
Damn.
Man.
I know we made
That's
this.
gonna get me canceled.
I know we made this joke before, but we named all three of our teams after people.
Oh, here, what?
Actually, I don't know. Never mind.
After beans.
I was thinking of the joke because I remember, not to give away free Patreon content, but Dan had a theory that somebody showed up to a basketball practice after a costume contest and was dressed like a Cavalier. That's how they became the Cavaliers. Your joke became my reality for some reason. That was weird.
It got real all of a sudden.
I wish they would have shown up with a polar bear so we could get Whammer back full time, not just this season.
Just on throwback days?
Oh, I mean, every game is a throwback game. This year they have those little when the mascots are in the inflatable ones run around with the stubby legs and shit. Yeah. They've got one for all three mascots now. We have too many mascots. We have abundance of mascots.
I just kind of want to move to Arizona now so I can just see that gorilla in the Suns uniform.
That's pretty good.
Dunking his ass off.
I'm a basketball purist in a way. I hate the timeout theatrics. It's so loud and obnoxious. I can't take it.
We have a
what's up?
The screen team, and I remember they used to work out at our gym, and just being obnoxious in the locker room. It's enough to see old man's dicks in the locker room, but I don't need nobody being obnoxious too. Go. I'm come on, man.
And those old men's defense, what are they supposed to do with their dick when they're getting changed?
Get a towel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay,
what's
they usually have the towel in their hand.
Or around their neck doing this.
Yeah.
So they gotta have multiple towels.
Well, yeah,
you got one towel for around the waist and the towel for drying your upper body?
Or just not do that shit.
White pubes look like a towel, but that's not the kind of towel you need.
I've been in a lot of gym locker rooms in the last 2 years, man. And old men do not give a fuck. They're just yeah, I'm old, my dick's out. What of it, youngin'?
For the record, I'm told old women don't give a fuck either. So
yeah,
I do like a cougar.
A lot of gray bush out in the game in the locker room.
I see a gray bush. I mean, that's different.
Can you imagine getting to that point in your
Bush
life
got
though, where you
real,
just
King
have
got
ultimate
real.
freedom, where you do not actually care anymore, and you're just like, I am me.
Like,
That's just complete acceptance of yourself.
are you getting to that point where like you can't wait to get your old man fucky gene and then like the old man strength? Which one do you want more?
I'd rather have old man strength, I think. Well, no, I'd rather have fuck it, because that's the one that I struggle with the most. Like, I've got some strength now. Like, old man strength, that might be like Hulk status.
Like you couldn't handle it.
Yeah, like I just like go to put the phone down and we just shatter.
The shatter. Like you have to buy a new phone every week.
Yeah,
I remember
my budget can't afford that.
I was at Big Lots one time, and there was this man. He was just farting like up and down the aisle.
Dude,
the
there
whole
was an
time.
old lady when I worked at Goodwill that when she would shop, sometimes I don't know what was up with her, but she'd be walking around the aisles just tooting.
Crop dusting.
Yeah, and like my cashiers would come up and like tell me about it because they said it was like so bad, and like, but they felt so bad they didn't want to like draw attention to it.
Maybe before she came in, she was doing poppers in her butthole.
Our guess was prunes, but
You know
Yeah.
the properties of old people.
yeah,
The poppers of old.
organic poppers.
I don't know. Maybe she was just waiting for some millennial to what's the ones who eat ass now? Millennials?
It's Zennials. I think
Zennials?
it's Zennials. Yeah.
Oh, I
Gen
can't
Z.
keep up.
Like
That's the
They
people.
always have lame names.
Generation X, me, you too. I think
Yeah, I'm like the tail end of Generation X.
millennials.
am I a millennial?
Then I think
I don't know if it's Y or Z.
I'm almost positive it's Z. I think it's because they call them Zennials, but is that a Y?
What did they get
Zennials?
Zennials?
I just
Z, Generation Z.
I just
So
thought
X, Y is millennials technically. Z is Zennials.
So we're gonna have to have next generation's gonna be double A.
Sure.
maybe. I just thought I was part of Generation X because of the Pepsi commercial. Generation X.
Yeah, but why did they start lettering them at X? If you should have started at A, and you'd have
Who decided to name hurricanes like they do? All this shit is why. Come on, man. It was before our time, and we just arrived.
Maybe
here,
it's just the person lived the most, like stars.
yeah.
You got a goddamn deal.
Like
I don't know.
Oh my god.
number 9 for will be forever known as Laura.
Is that a good gift to give to somebody? I'm not asking for advice because I'm
What,
not
to
going to
name
do
a
it.
star after
to name a
somebody?
star after
think-
somebody. You hear these commercials?
I don't think you could do it as a random ass gift, but if, like maybe if the person like astrology or something like that.
But
or-
couldn't I just like legit like print it off the internet like,
Yeah, it's like,
hey
hold on.
baby, I named a star after you,
Yeah.
and not even buy shit.
That's true.
I mean,
And then like y'all go to the park and somebody else in the park like, no, that's my star.
guess it depends
like my
on-
side chick
on-
like, no, that's my star. That's my
I
star.
think it depends on if the woman you're with is the type of woman to follow up on things like that. Like if there's like a database, so she goes to the database and my baby bought me a star, and I'm gonna show it off to all my girlfriends, and then
We
she pulls it
still-
up like, nah, that star's named Samantha.
I still, I got like
Who the fuck is Samantha?
I got 100-inch projector and projector screen, 100-inch in the basement that I bought like 5 years ago.
I remember when you bought it.
So I'm pretty sure I could buy a star and be like and get away with it. Like and then I could get mad and like go to Mark's. I'm like, God damn it, that star cost me $200.
Well, dude, so what does a star get you? Does everybody on the planet have to recognize that as?
But you better recognize that's your star.
It is you paying money to the governing body that does name fucking these celestial
Oh, really?
bodies.
What pool do they have on other planets, though? Is what I'm wondering.
When's the last time you bought bottled water?
We buy the seltzer water, but not bottled water.
So you getting took for still somebody just put bubbles in something that was free.
What if you bought
Which
enough
bubbles are
stars
also
so that
pretty
like
free.
But it's flavored also.
you bought enough stars so that it was in a pattern where it spelled out something, so she had to wait it out to find out what it is you're trying to tell her.
Constellation of the sources.
Yeah,
like that ass
like
rocks.
Oh my
be like,
god.
I cheated.
Guess what? Your sister's baby is mine. Little Kelvin is my baby. So
I can imagine them being mad, but also like kind of impressed. Like, wow, went through a lot of trouble telling me that.
Depending on the person, yes.
she's like, that'll take like 30 years for you to find out. Like, I slept with your mama, and then like
And then you just die.
You already
when,
did.
When
It's
the
like,
last stars fall, it's just And then your soul floats away, becomes another one of the stars. It's like the period.
Like, I'm a star now, or you like float to heaven or whatever.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I guess. Make a long story short, buying stars is probably the best present to get somebody.
You've talked me into it.
This has been my worst year for present picking, except for y'all.
Oh.
That shit was locked down so long ago that y'all don't even understand it. It's like, oh yeah, I know what I'm doing here. But I am sitting here confused about what to get Vanessa. I
A star.
I have slowly been making sense of what I'm getting the kids, but I'm still sitting there like, man, is that enough? And I'm concerned about it. And it's
I kind of feel like, just like those commercials, you just get everybody Alexis. Like, everybody Alexis. Because, first of all, everybody's upperly mobile enough to buy everybody Alexis with a big-ass bow.
Yeah.
How much those big bowls cost?
Yeah, really.
I always see that commercial where the dude like buys like the 2 giant SUVs for him and his girl, and it's so I'm just like, I had to struggle, scrap, and survive to buy my basic Nissan Altima, and this commercial just makes it seem like I can willy-nilly buy like a 40,000 SUV.
Because you can also lease.
I'm saying on the other flip though, I'm in a relationship, and though she has no say over my financial whatever, I still couldn't go out and just cop a whip without having some discussion. You know what I'm saying?
Let alone 2 in the driveway.
Yeah.
In that little ass driveway.
So like those questions, I'm like, so your woman just don't know nothing about your money, just nothing, just blind to all your situations.
And when you go to a car lot, it takes at least 4 hours. Like, you be there for a long ass time.
I'm very
take a day
proud
off
of it.
of
Did not take me that long.
There you go.
Yeah, you'd be surprised how they're willing to let you just take that bitch off the lot.
Yeah.
Shit, they didn't get. I got that car on Saturday. They didn't get that money until Monday night.
They got shooters out in the streets.
Oh yeah. If I called another day, they would have sent a bounty hunter after me. Dog would have been looking.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going into Walmart and Dog and his team around the parking lot.
What is he up to nowadays?
I don't know.
I think his wife was very ill. And
I think she passed away.
Did she pass away?
Oh yeah,
Oh.
he was just on a podcast I listened to when I was in Orlando a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
His
You
wife
said
passed.
he was there?
He was on a podcast I listened to.
Oh, okay.
Whilst he was in Orlando.
Yeah.
I was about to say, you was just chilling with Dog like, it's all right, brother. You gonna get past this.
The help of Jesus.
1, I didn't know he has so many kids. 2, yeah, she passed away. She's been gone. The last season of the show they shot together aired, and he said that like he wasn't involved in the production of it because like he couldn't bring himself to watch it.
Yeah.
But then he's still doing the show basically without her now. But he feels he has a guardian angel up there. Basically, he's got someone sniping the bad guys from heaven and then sending him brain signals, be like, oh, the person's a Sunoco.
Yeah, before all
He's
the
very
racist,
religious, that guy.
yeah, before the racist stuff came out about that show was phenomenal. It was like, first they rush into the house, they fuck people up, but then they get them in the car and it's kind of like, sorry I had to do that, man, but you know I had to, and then like he treat him real nice, give him a cigarette in the car, like, you gonna get past this. If I can help you with anything, like other than me just punch you in the face.
That was one of the things he was talking about, was that like he really does want to help the people, and that he talks to a lot of them like well past like they're in jail. They talk to them when they're out of jail.
Yeah.
Even
Which,
black
I mean,
people.
I mean, I don't know. That didn't come
He was
up
in
on the
Hawaii,
internet.
wasn't he?
Yeah, he was in Hawaii, so
There's black people in Hawaii.
Are there
Not as
maybe?
many as you'd think.
And I don't think there's many.
I've been there.
Oh,
Not a lot.
just because the Rock black don't mean the rest of them.
so he. Wrong island, but I
And he's
don't
only
let that
half.
slide.
He's only half black.
The math works.
So what? So why you even got to use the racial slur? There's not even enough black people to call that. Racism has no
I kind of
sense.
feel like they use the N-word loosely for every person of color. Like, it's always, well, you are saying N-word, and you're like, it's always some kind of like, come on, man.
That was one of the things that I saw on Twitter that
We have
came
our own
up
racial
from
slur.
the Myles Garrett shit.
Yeah.
Where I didn't know. Apparently, like last year, he had a discussion with people on Twitter about the N-word.
Yeah.
Some people were just like, how can you call out Mason Rudolph for this when you were justifying it on Twitter last year? And it was like him arguing with people about like non-black people using it in songs and stuff like that. And he was like talking about it like artistic expression and shit like that.
Yeah, well, come on, Fat Joe, you got to do better.
Man, Fat Joe been saying this since I know Fat Joe, and
Yeah.
I know I'm not the arbiter of these matters, So if you are black and you are like, I don't think Puerto Ricans can say it, you good, or Dominicans can say it, whatever.
Only Dominicans.
I was just
Dominican Joe, you okay?
I was just like, that motherfucker was raised in the Bronx around nothing but other black folk and other people. I'm just like, it just seems to me like
it's
you
one
can't
of
do
the
nothing about
things
it.
that always confused me. Like when I was playing basketball growing up with like my Puerto Rican buddies, and they would say it all the time. I was always just like, I'll get stabbed. But everyone looks at you like it's just all copacetic. I don't understand this. I mean, like, I understand like my position and what happened to me.
Yeah.
But why don't nothing happen to y'all?
If your name was Ruiz, you could still be the same color and say it.
I'm gonna disagree. I don't feel like I got a pass, and I don't want one.
I'm not looking for one either.
Yeah,
Don't get it twisted.
No doubt. I
was saying that in jest.
I never was mad that Fat Joe said it. I'm still not mad Fat Joe said it. I guess people are mad that Fat Joe said it, but I'm not one of them.
But
I was mad when J-Lo said it, because she hadn't been saying it before that. And all of a sudden, just out of nowhere, she just dropped that. I'm like, where'd that come from? It came from nowhere, J-Lo. She too was from the Bronx, though, right?
You need an N-word buffer?
I feel like I got to get him under control as a self-proclaimed head of the delegation.
Yeah, you got. I mean, somebody got to do something.
You might have to threaten some people, tell them they're on the trading block if they don't ship up.
I mean, J-Lo wants to be traded to the Italians.
Also, let me be real with you, man. Yo, Twitter game has come. I don't know. You just have reached a peak right now. You're doing a good thing. I don't see you fighting too much, but I do see you dropping these gems and these intelligent ass like fucking retorts.
And you're the only one that likes and retweets them.
I have had such a good time with them. Like,
well, don't blame me because I just don't go on Twitter.
No, I don't.
Yeah. I sent you a tweet them this morning. I wanted you to see because it was something you had said before.
Yeah, I've barely been going on there either.
I just blame the public in general.
All I need you to do is get these people, the lambers, under control. These lambskin condom wearers. We need to get them under control.
Lambers.
Yeah. I've come to find with social media that if I have it like on my phone, like the only one I really like enjoy anymore is Instagram. Like I don't really care about Twitter. I don't care about Facebook. But like just having access to it if I need it,
so if you click on
it's fine, good enough. But using it, I don't really need to.
I could see that. So I'm not bothered when you guys don't. I just think I have some gems there where like the general public, like people don't even know. Like
that's why I try to retweet. Because like I said, I feel if it was seen and just seen the right way, it's some shine to him, man. Like I said, I dig it. I don't think your boy don't see it. And
thank you. I'm glad someone's enjoying it.
And I'm out here like, yes, I just chuckling to myself.
I'm trying to be less political too.
And that's the point. It's really like I said. I feel like that's what I feel like. One, I feel it's better for you. But two, I feel like it is just Jerry just being like, you just intelligent. Like I said, intelligent retorts, which I enjoy. I enjoy and allow me to retort.
I use Twitter like Google. Like I just go to the search feature, I type in whatever it is I'm trying to figure out what's going on with. I read through a little bit of it, and then I get out. Like I don't go through the feed anymore. Like I just there's so much like nonsense. Like I'll see some, and then like I'm not hip to trends. Yeah. So like the whole
are you looking up Ashley
I'm gonna
Alvin?
Tell my kids that this is so and so. I didn't know that was a thing. Like, I saw one of those tweets, and I was like, oh, that's funny. And then like I heard about it on a podcast, or they're like, I'm so tired of people doing this, and like they explained it, and then it was like a couple other things that were hot at the time, like they were talking about the cat meme and everything, and I'm like, wait a minute, that's like a rampant joke, because I saw one of them, and then when I went on Twitter and did a little bit of a deep dive, I'm like, oh, holy shit, yeah, this is going around. Yeah. So like I saw one where someone had like retweeted like a picture of Nicki Minaj or something. And so I retweeted it, and I was like, I'm going to tell my kids that this was Madonna. I got no love on that one.
Oh, I didn't see that one. I would have given that a like.
I think if you would have did it in a slightly different circle, you probably would have got more likes.
Yeah. But I didn't want to do any conservative hashtags.
It's cool. I just Rolling Stone came with a story yesterday about how Russian intelligence is literally using the shit out of Twitter to help propagate information by doing the wildest shit you think they ever would do. Like, I don't know if y'all remember, you probably didn't see it, and you definitely didn't see it because y'all meet in Twitter streets, but you might have seen it.
That's right.
There's a story about who used to play for Tampa Bay, running back, work done, buying houses for people, and it's been doing it, I guess, for years on the low. Mm-hmm. Well, the initial tweet of that came from like a nobody, like literally a nobody, who ended up like basically getting like thousands and thousands of retweets and thousands of followers off of that shit. But turns out that's just totally and utterly a Russian bot. The point of that is like it is a certain type of people who would be affected by that type of story, who would retweet that type of story and share it, so forth and so on, and then all of a sudden they would then follow that account, right? So then they have that, like, okay, I know who's following this account and I know what gets their goat. And then they would start like sending shit out from other accounts or whatever, like said, into their feeds to basically to get them fucked up. It's a very long story. It took them, like, I want to say they said 2.5, 3 years to do the research that's behind it. So I would say, and I'll just put it in the show notes. It'll be I'll give you a link to it. But it's that's also a solid reason why y'all avoiding that particular social media branch. And you ain't been on Facebook forever, and you pretty much are off Facebook. I mean, I know
I've never been on Facebook.
You're at the urge of just saying fuck it. So that I feel like just makes sense. You know what I'm saying? To me, that shit is my it's really a fun thing. I don't do too much tweeting myself. You know what I'm saying? I'll retweet people's stuff, but I don't really do much tweeting because I'm just not. I don't think I have the.
I'm just trying to tap into my creative side a little bit.
I feel like
You gonna do another fake account?
I feel like the writer in you does indeed show up. So, and I like that. So,
I should find what. I wonder if anyone's like tweeted at that fake account, because I've like got a new phone several phones ago.
You hadn't gone back to it, have you? So,
no, I have not.
So,
but I was very disappointed that I didn't get the retweet off of the who was that? Roy Moore, the pedophile judge.
Roy Moore down in Alabama. Yeah.
And he's like, bring it on. And I had that. I used the fake account to make a bunch of jokes about, like, oh yeah, bring it on. What about 10 things I
10 things I hate about you, or other jokes about movies like that.
Your opponents are clueless. I thought it was a brilliant.
It's like
nothing.
I wish I'd have seen that. I'd have laughed.
Xander had so using Xander as an example of this type of joke. They had a thing last year for band where the theme was, they had like theme coming costumes, come old school. Somebody came dressed like 50s and that's who won. Xander put on his T-Rex costume and came in old school. And it's like, that's a hilarious joke.
It is.
But it's too heady. People got to think too much about it. And sometimes people just miss that shit, man, when they got to think about it too hard.
I probably would have like came in like a naked suit, like, we're going to the quad.
See, that's a good joke.
It is.
It's well written, man. Where we at, man?
Yeah.
Check that.
Well, yeah, I just tapped myself, so I'm like,
it's like after 2.
It's about time to wrap it up. We hadn't recorded, and we hadn't hung out with most of these guys in a bit, so it's. And I know you think that's weird because don't you and Anthony work a couple of rows for each other? That shit don't matter, man. We be on the grind. So I've actually not seen these gentlemen in a while. It's good to see you all.
It's good to see you as well.
Yeah, shit. I ain't seen T in over a week.
So
other than I saw you walking through Tower City yesterday.
There you go. What was I walking to Tower City for?
It was around 3.
I went and ate. I had food. I like the day it just finally got to the point. I was like, I need to eat something. So there you go, right on.
Yeah,
but
I don't even think, like, when I'm outside of work, I don't eat enough. Like, I just realized that, like, I ate, like, I didn't eat breakfast, and I think I only ate lunch.
Well, this is the first lunch break I've taken since last Tuesday.
Yeah, they've been giving us overtime, and I've just been taking it. So
I took a lunch break yesterday by my boy, his Cub Scout uniform.
Oh man, how's that? I want my kids to get into that.
I told my friends about your kids the other day.
Oh, do we have time to tell, or should we save this for another day?
It was a discussion first that started off about vasectomies, and so I told him, I'm like my one buddy, he got his probably one too late. And then,
I love her so much, though.
That's fair.
Who was doubting your love?
Yeah, I was just saying, like, you know,
everybody loves shooting up the club.
You know, well, like, it was also a discussion about, and I think it had started at like guys understanding themselves and what they appreciate. And I was like, my buddy really likes his wife, and when she was in a certain state, and he ended up with 4 little ones because of it. And then I was telling them about how your kids are a little rambunctious at times, and how I had seen pictures from when the young one got up early the one day and went down to the kitchen and turned the drawers into a staircase, and then got to the top of the fridge and was going through all the candies and stuff. I was like, I don't know how they do it. Like, that dude has got to be like just stressed all the time. He goes from like work where he's like a manager in an office, and then he comes home and he's got 4 young ones running around.
I gotta manage them.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't know how he sleeps.
There's no really
What a
sleep that
CPAP
much.
mask.
I'm about to say when we record podcasts at your house on the couch.
Well, 'cause I mean, I
I
know
stayed
like
awake for the last
me,
one.
No.
I work and like I do stuff, but like if I had like a wife and kids on top of that, man, I don't know what I would do. Because like it's not like I'm not trying to. My life's not bad. I'm busy at times. Like right now, work is like really busy. Like I worked 53 and a half hours last week, and you know I have some social obligations, but it's like nothing that's like unbearable. But like if I had like say a wife and 2 kids, I don't know what the fuck I would do. I feel like I would never sleep because I have a hard time sleeping now as it is, and I'm single with no kids.
You know what suffered the most is watching shit. I hardly get to watch football games. I don't get to watch much of my own shows.
Well, even now, like I don't even have shows anymore.
Yeah.
I watch football, and I have been starting to watch some of the Cavs games, and then I watch big time wrestling. That's it. I don't even have Disney Plus yet, so I ain't seen The Mandalorian or any of that shit. So all these
Did you not get that damn?
No, I didn't. I ended up trying to go through it, and I had to go through customer support, and it's all fucked up. So no, I do not have Disney Plus. I haven't watched shit on Netflix in months. I haven't turned on I watch some YouTube like when I'm at my desk sometimes at work, but yeah, like I don't have shows. Like if someone's like, "Oh, you watching?" It's like, no, I ain't watching shit. I watch men beat each other up on my phone while I'm at work on every Saturday.
Like me and T were just talking. Like T was like, "Man, I hope that I wish you would have got to see The Irishman in the theater." I was just like, "I'm glad I didn't get a chance because I wouldn't have been able to finish it." Or like I would have fell asleep at it. Like, this is like when I'm at work, I get to talk to y'all. I get to record this. I get to eat a meal without saying, "Oh, we out of mashed potatoes. Can we have some off your plate?" This is the only time where I just get to like kind of be a regular person. Mm-hmm. Like everything else, like the rest of my life is just like. Oh, everything is on the back burner. But I'll let you finish in 1 second. When they get older and they're sitting on the couch and you finally get Disney Plus and like they watch Rescue Rangers with you for the first time, it's just like I used to watch this when I was little, and then your son be like, "This is the shit. I like this."
Yeah, that mouse there.
Yeah.
Gadget.
Yeah.
She was thick. She was slim thick.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say TV watch is the only thing that suffered. Like, I am under a lot of stress. Like yesterday, the baby screaming in the high chair, the 1-year-old going on 2 years, and I'm like, "Don't you want your food? Do you want this?" And she says no. I'm like, "Well then, fuck you."
Oh no!
I'm like,
did you think that?
No, I said it out loud.
Oh no!
And I'm like, "Oh no,
man, I'm
a terrible person. I know I'm a terrible person."
Sometimes
again, I know how demanding your gig is. I know that. Again, you have 4 children. It's got to come out somewhere, or it's gonna fuck you all up. So if you just have to get it out that one time, it's out. We good.
I have to appreciate your stories though, because it's one of the things that I worry about if I have kids ever, because I know how I am, and I'm quick to anger like that. Like it took everything in my power not to snap on Lily in Toronto, and that's not my kid.
You're gonna fuck up.
Don't let us fuck up.
I fuck up, but I kind of feel like that. Like I need to take a beat because like the kids remember like the dumbest shit.
That's the thing.
Like in my day, she might, of course, she's little. She don't remember that. But it's
I'd never say that to the 4-year-old.
Like the thing is, I don't want to perpetuate it because it's how my family was. Like I remember my dad doing shit like that, and it's like I don't want to be that guy.
Yeah, I kind of. It's always like. And when they start like, well, you said this, I'm like, well, I did say that. I'm sorry. It's like having to apologize to your kid and I think it'd be a hard thing to explain to the kids. Like, Daddy messes up too.
daddy ain't perfect, but daddy's trying to get you to be better than daddy.
Oh, it's not hard at all.
That's the exact words I use with my children.
My son called me out on my shit like, nah, you said.
Like, be better than me. I'm trying to be better than my mama. I want you to be better than me, and hopefully your kids will be better than you. It's just what it is, man. We out here.
I must be doing something right because I get more I love yous and you're the best dad than I get like.
Maybe it's out of
Remember
fear.
when time you said fuck you? So maybe it is out of fear.
I feel like
You know what fear is. You'll know.
I feel like it's sincere.
yeah, like
I think it's important to like even like when those times when you get angry to remind them that you do love them. Because, like, now when my dad says it, I'm 34, I'm, like, weirded out by it.
Oh, I say I love you, like, all the time. Even when I'm mad, like, I love
weirded
you.
out, I'm just, like, I'm taking it back because, like, it's not something I'm used to hearing.
Yeah.
I'm used to just, like, complaints and grumblings and shit. Like, for my dad to walk up behind me, like, I love you. And I'm just like, what? Don't you want to complain about the stock market? Or grill me about what I'm doing with my life?
I'm
Like,
super affectionate with my kids. I'm always hugging and kissing them. And, like... I'm surprised when people say like, "Oh, controversy over such and such celebrity kissing his kid." I'm like, why is that weird? I kiss my kids all the time. I snuggle them all the time.
Yeah, I feel like when I drop my son off at school, like I try not to kiss him, like so I don't want him to get embarrassed early. But my other son, the one my youngest son, like he kisses me like intensely. Like I know how, like me and him, like I know like we got to spend more time with each other like when he was first born. And like yesterday I was with him all day, and I feel like I don't know how long I got left on this earth, but hopefully like he remembers that. I want to be able to say like, you know, I want him to have that feeling, because I mean, I don't know how much my partner is going to talk about me after they're gone, or how much, like, how long my mother has left where she can talk about me. Like, with my brother, I don't know how much her mother talks about her about my brother to her. So I want them to have that feeling everlasting of like, I don't remember much about my dad, but I know he did this, or I know he did this. So, like when my partner was like, "You buying the kids more toys?" I'm like, "I fucking am, yes." I remember my dad buying me Hot Wheels when I didn't need a Hot Wheel. Mm-hmm. That's what I want him to say. Or like, "Hey, I remember we had this or we did this." Or
I feel like too, it's like as long as you go about it the right way, it has an effect where like it doesn't necessarily make them feel entitled and greedy.
Yeah.
It makes them giving. Because that's how it was for me. Like, my grandmother gave me stuff when I was a kid, and now as an adult, like, I share shit. When I give people shit all the time without expecting anything in return.
yeah, like hopefully we can have that effect. Like, it is a fine line between spoiled and,
Yeah.
but at the same time, like, I feel like kids who get certain things in life early, like I had this, are better off sometimes. Like when they get adults, like I don't need to fuck up my money buying shoes and shit that my dad bought me when I was little, or like, you know, fascinated with these toys because, you know, my dad bought me that, and this is a fine memory, but I don't need to make more memories off a memory I already have.
Mm-hmm. Sit there while I love Popeyes to this day. My dad used to sing that jingle back in the day. Love that chicken from Popeyes. R.I.P. Orville Wilson. His sister just died last week. I just found out. A week ago, my Aunt Frances passed away.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Sorry, man.
I don't. God rest her soul. I don't know my daddy's side of the family. So, but she just.
But still,
yeah, for sure. Rest in paradise, Aunt Frances. But yeah, man. That's why some things stick. And like I said, I left my daddy when I was 5. My mom moved to Tennessee when I was 5 years old, bro. So I don't really have a lot of daddy memories, but there's a few in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So fuck with it. All right. We're gonna wrap this up.
Political and somber.
Jeez,
No, thoughtful. And I'm always about that shit. This is a very thoughtful episode, and I feel like we just have some shit to say.
Yeah.
And that is okay. I
And
like
you
to
got some
thank
laughs.
you. Yeah, for sure. As always, I'd like to thank you for joining us.
Brought to you by Pepsi.
As this is the day before Thanksgiving, no, in all y'all hearts, I am thankful for all of you, my friends here. You too, the listeners. You all right about me.
Be a little more thankful I got some more retweets and some likes.
Just gonna rate the show. You know what I'm saying? It's real easy. You know what I'm saying? Consider joining us on the Patreon. We got things popping on that Patreon. There's some editing going on behind the scenes right now that I'm just like, oh, yeah, that's gotta be the way that's gonna be. I got some things popping, man. Some things going down I ain't told you about because I want to be like, what? Yeah.
I want for Christmas, I want some reviews. I don't know if we give you laughs, but I would like to fucking laugh for once. Like, I want to know, like, hey, this was terrible or this was fun. I would like to hear that. Like, I mean, I don't know how many listeners we have. I'm not in that part of the business, but I would like some kind of feedback before the end of the year so we can start off 2020.
Thank God we got April.
Yeah, other than
Hold it down. Hold it down.
It's nice to hear from her.
Thank you, April.
So,
And Jason. I pass along his notes and his nuggets to you guys.
and truly, it is how the show goes up now, with no doubt, on a Wednesday night, never a Thursday morning. So, even this night, even though tomorrow's a holiday, whatever, that shit'll be up this night and not tomorrow morning. That is Tatum 216.
Yep.
Lunchbox 2099. That is the real ODP. I am the Internet's Hero 713. You have just been podcasting, and I know you loved it. Peace.
Check your sodas before you drink them.
Hey, what happened to you? You used to be beautiful.